The Cayman Islands are a British overseas territory west of the Caribbean Sea, south of Cuba, and northeast of Honduras. The Cayman Islands is one of the most important international financial centers. There was a time when it was highly difficult and complex, and no straight way to open a bank account for an offshore company. Thanks to several reforms and initiatives, the government and banking institutions have made it relatively easy to open a bank account for offshore companies. Before diving, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with the world of offshore companies and international businesses. The Cayman Islands' tax haven policies attract a lot of businesses and high net worth individuals to form a business in the Cayman Islands and save hundreds of thousands or even millions of tax dollars in tax. Like in any other tax havens, people and businesses prefer to hide their real identities while forming their companies in the Cayman Islands by opting for nominee directorship and nominee shareholding services. This increases the risk of money laundering cases for the country and financial institutions. This has even led to the country being added again to the European Union's AML, anti-money laundering, blacklist in the first quarter of 2022. It's a backlash to the country at the international level. Again, things started turning against the financial institutions, and the financial institutions have started taking KYC norms at a superior level and conducting deep due diligence before opening a bank account for the applications they receive. It is important to note that unlike other countries such as the United States and India, the Cayman Islands do not have a deposit guarantee scheme. In the event of the bankruptcy of Butterfield Bank, Cayman Limited, its depositors will not be entitled to any compensation. Offshore company formation and management is hard, but not anymore. Vepapu takes care of all complex compliance procedures and helps you in your offshore company formation and bank account opening in the Cayman Islands. Vepapu's support doesn't really end at your company formation. Instead, we will accompany you in your company management throughout your journey. We will take care of annual filing procedures, adhere to local laws, and keep you updated with the trend with our team of experts who will always be there to guide you, mentor you, and support you. We will make the complex processes simple and hassle-free. We believe in transparency. Let's get back to the banking in the Cayman Islands. 1. Butterfield Bank, Cayman Limited. It's a leading independent offshore bank. It's one of the most recommended banking options for offshore company founders in the Cayman Islands. Due to its reliable services and wide coverage, it's one of the most sorted options for bank accounts. 2. Cayman National Bank Limited. Cayman National Corporation has been giving money-related services within the Cayman Islands, locally and globally to our clients for over 30 long years. The bank offers a range of services including personal accounts, business accounts, credit cards, time deposit accounts, retail banking, online banking, etc. 3. Proven Bank Limited, formerly Fidelity Bank. Located in the Cayman Financial Center, it has a strong user base with rich financial tools for its users to enhance their financial solutions. 4. First Caribbean International Bank, Cayman Limited. Even with a high minimum account balance and security deposit requirements, it's still the most famous option for non-resident offshore company founders in the Cayman Islands. 5. RBC Royal Bank, Cayman Limited. RBC Royal Bank has a strong presence in tax-free jurisdictions such as Cayman Islands, Bahamas, and Trinidad and Tobago, among several others. Due to its stress on offshore banking, it is definitely one of the most sorted banking options out there in the present day. Step 1. Select the best and ideal bank. It goes without saying that choose the best bank for your offshore banking needs. Some banks are really mischievous, while others do know how to conduct banking practices to ensure the benefit to its users. Some banks support non-residents while others don't. Some banks require very high security deposits while others require very less. Some banks work with only giant corporations while others also support individual founders. To find out which Cayman Islands bank best satisfies your demands and expectations, research and compare the various Cayman Islands banks. Step 2. Reach out to the banks and discuss terms. These banks generally have set standard terms, but are open to changes if your company and banking needs suit their criteria and your business seems very safe and alluring to them. You should take a call and ask for terms negotiations that enhance your position in financial terms. You can negotiate on minimum balance requirements, bank account opening fees, bank account maintenance fees, bank account security deposits, transfer limits, receiving limits, etc. Stocks, mutual funds, and bonds, which are sometimes linked to higher professional costs, could be offered in a Cayman bank account that is managed for you. When properly used, they can, however, yield a substantially higher return. Step 3. Collect and organize the required documents. Each bank will have its own required set of documents to open a bank account. Some banks follow rigid know your customer norms, while others might be less strict in terms of the number and dollar types of documents. Residents of the Cayman Islands might need fewer documents to create a bank account because the government might already have access to their information. Additionally, you can be eligible for goods and services that are only offered to citizens. Non-residents may open accounts if they have connections to the islands, personal, commercial, or residential, even if they are not physically present. However, you may be subject to stricter requirements, higher costs, and additional documentation and operation tracking. The common set of documents required to open a bank account in the Cayman Islands is as follows. 1. A valid passport or other kind of government-issued photo identification is required as identification. 2. A utility bill that is no older than 3 months or other documents that attest to your residential address serve as proof of residency. 3. Bank references are records from your current bank or other financial institution that detail your financial history. 4. Origin of funds. You might need to disclose information regarding the sources of funds you intend to deposit into the account. 5. Depending on the bank and the type of account, the minimum initial deposit ranges from a few $1,000 to $100,000 for a respectable one. You are likely to be subject to additional rules as a foreigner, such as those pertaining to know your customer, kites, and anti-money laundering (AML) standards. Step 4. Initiate bank account opening either remotely or in person. Most banks allow you to open a bank account without any physical visits, thanks to the internet. But when it comes to offshore company founders from foreign countries, banks would definitely require you to make a physical visit to the bank's branch in the Cayman Islands. You might have to plan your transportation to the jurisdiction. It would be very beneficial to speak with the bank immediately right now to confirm their current account opening procedures. By working with Vepapu, we will try working with those banks that will offer your account opening without requiring you to visit the Cayman Islands, thereby making your Cayman journey easier. Step 5. Fund your account and start using. Fund your bank account with the minimum balance amount and security deposit amount. This gives you a head start to start using your bank account, as banks will start allowing you to make transactions. You will normally need to make an initial deposit to fund the account after it is opened. The initial deposit will differ depending on your bank and account type. The bank will complete the account activation process once you have provided all the necessary information and funded the account. After that, you can access the account. Can non-residents open a bank account in the Cayman Islands? It is feasible to open an account as a non-resident, but it is likely that you will need to present income statements, tax records, and a few other documents. Additionally, you will likely have limitations on how you may use your accounts and the amount of money that can be deposited. What is the initial deposit to open a bank account? The initial deposit to open a bank account in the Cayman Islands ranges between $5,000 to $100,000. The initial security deposit is dependent on your business's trust factor, safety, business size, business nature, and several others. Is it illegal to open a bank account for your offshore company in the Cayman Islands? Just like any other kind of account, provided that it is only used for legitimate purposes. Banks consider this very seriously and consider several factors before giving you access to their financial systems. If you get a bank account, be sure to legitimately use it and make the best use of it. Can I withdraw money from the Cayman Islands bank account? Yes. After all, It is your money that is legally kept in safe custody with the bank in the Cayman Islands. While banks put in place several limitations to the amount you withdraw in one go, it is for everyone's safety and protection of interests of all the stakeholders. Simple debit cards are offered by the majority of Cayman Island banks, although there may be fees associated with using them. With Vepapu, our seasoned experts will guide you through every step, making the seemingly daunting process a breeze. We will help you incorporate your offshore company in any of the 20 offshore jurisdictions around the world and help you meet local regulatory requirements.